Hey y'all, real quick, I just wanted to come on and encourage you. Listen, don't forget, number one, who you are, who God made you to be, and the power that is within you. See, you are very powerful, but it's time for you to recognize who you are in God. How do I understand who I am in God? Seek God. God will then show you the gifts that are within you if you haven't already started to recognize what gifts you walk in. There is a gift inside of every person. Everyone is born with a gift. And in order for you to cultivate the gift that God has already placed inside of you, you need to seek God for guidance on what that gift is. Find out what it is. Once you find out what that gift is, ask God for guidance on how you should proceed to walk in the gift that God has placed over your life. Now, some people who have a great desire to be in the fivefold ministry, and if you don't know what that is, do your research, search your Bible, okay? But I have to say this because most people who are called to the fivefold, most people who are called, first of all, didn't ask for that calling. Second of all, a lot of times when they find out they're called to be in the fivefold ministry, they don't want it. They don't want it. There are people, though, that are very much wanting to be within the fivefold, even though that may not be the calling that God has placed on their life. See, you have to be careful what you ask for when it comes to the things that you're seeking God and quote unquote asking for versus what God has already put inside you and gifted you with. So speaking on fivefold ministry, for example, someone who may be operating as a minister, for example, which is not necessarily part of the fivefold, but they want to be an apostle, for example. I'm gonna say this, and please don't get upset when I say this, okay? Because don't start seeking to be in a position that you're not called to be in, because if you're not called to be in that position, you are not equipped to handle the responsibilities and the trials and tribulations that come with that level of a position, okay? So for example, if you were just called to be a minister, stay in your lane as a minister. Don't try to go off and be an apostle if that's not what God's calling you to, because if you're running around calling yourself an apostle, you are then calling in and welcoming in trials and tribulations at the level of an apostle that you may not be equipped to handle. I hope this is making sense. It's important that you seek God for whatever gift that's inside of you that he already placed inside of you for what that gift is. There are gifts that do have different levels of trials and tribulations and different levels of spiritual warfare that you will encounter versus, for example, if you are someone who is an apostle versus someone who is just a pastor or someone who's just a teacher. There are different levels of warfare that you have to deal with at those levels of callings in the fivefold, for example. So be very mindful, first of all, of what you ask God for. Second of all, of what you are placing titles on yourself that may not be the title that God called you to be in, because you might be inviting warfare that you are not equipped for. And you might be inviting trials and tribulations that you're not equipped to handle. I'm trying to help you out here. Some of y'all might not be happy with this message I'm telling you, because some of you have put titles on yourself that God didn't put on you and that God did not gift you with. You have to be very careful and very mindful of these things. Okay. Now listen, I highly encourage you to see God on whatever calling he may have called you to walk in. And as you're seeking God, ask him for the guidance and the wisdom to be able to walk in that calling according to the purpose for which that calling is for. Also ask God to equip you to be able to handle the spiritual warfare that comes with the title that you're already gifted, or not the title, but that comes with the gift that you already have that God gave you, whether that be a gift that is within the fivefold ministry or not. Because there is warfare, spiritual warfare that you have to deal with, whatever gift God gave you at some point. If the gift's already in you that God gave you and equipped and put that gift inside you, then you should be already equipped to handle whatever spiritual warfare comes your way as a result of having that gift on your life. However, if you've placed a title on yourself that God did not place you in or give you, please be aware that you might be inviting spiritual warfare that you don't want. I'm just saying. Be very careful. Be very mindful. See God. Okay? Okay. God has placed a gift in all of us. But it's important that you see God on what the gift is. And find out through your relationship with God how to cultivate and stir up that gift so that you are doing what God has called you to do. And that you're not operating in your flesh. I'm just trying to help y'all out. Okay? Because we are coming upon times when there will be many false prophets walking the earth. And many false teachers and many false people walking in position that are not supposed to be in these positions. It's very important that you are aware of your own gift that God has given you, but also have a keen level of discernment to be able to determine if whoever you are in the midst of is actually called or not. Because we are in the times where the spirit of deception is a thing. And there's many wolves in sheep clothing walking around right now. And you need to be able to discern who's who. Okay? And ask the Lord to cover you. I'm just saying. I might not get a lot of likes on this one. But I'm just telling y'all, be mindful. Seek God. Don't invite trouble, warfare that you don't need to have by placing a title on yourself that God didn't give you. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All right now. Now y'all go ahead and make it a great day on purpose. And don't you go mess up nobody else's day. But be mindful. Okay? And seek God for the calling he placed on you. And don't start putting callings and titles on yourself that God didn't give you. Because when you do that, you invite warfare at a greater level that you might not be ready for. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All right. Now, you go out and make it a great day on purpose. And don't you go mess up nobody else's day. But be very mindful of, be careful of what you place on yourself as a title. Because if you are putting a title on yourself that God did not equip you for or did not gift you with, you might be inviting warfare at a level that you are not ready to handle. Okay? All right. Okay, I love y'all. Now, you know I love you. Now, go out and make it a great day on purpose. And don't you go mess up nobody else's day, but seek God about your gift on your life so he can equip you and help you through whatever trial or tribulation might come at you because of the gift that's already in you. Okay? All right, love y'all. Go make it a great day. Love you. Bye.